You might think only people fleeing New York's chaos, high prices, crowded apartments, and constant noise decide to move to New Jersey, but that's not the whole truth. The real reason many New Yorkers trade their city zip codes for New Jersey suburbs isn't desperation. For many, New Jersey doesn't feel like a downgrade. It feels like getting more home, more breathing room, and better balance while still keeping their New York job. And that's not just hype, it's backed by data. Hi, I'm Jan. If you've ever wondered whether moving from New York to New Jersey is actually worth it, you've come to the right place. Today, I'm walking you through 8 real data-backed reasons why so many people make that move from housing and taxes to commuting, lifestyle, and long-term trends to help you decide whether a cross-river life might make sense for you. Let's begin with perhaps the most tangible reason: space and affordability. According to Zillow's 2025 real estate data, the median home value in New Jersey sits right around $559,826, to be exact. Meanwhile, in New York City, think Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, the median home value is about $799,871. That's roughly a $240,000 gap on average before you even account for what you actually get for the money. So imagine this. Instead of a cramped studio or 2-bedroom apartment in Brooklyn, you could trade up to a townhouse or even a 3-bedroom home in New Jersey, often with more square footage, maybe a small yard, maybe even a driveway. Supporting this, real-time listings and Zillow data show many New Jersey homes around that median offering real, usable living spaces at a significantly lower cost. For couples, growing families, or even singles wanting a home office or more closet space, that difference can literally redefine affordable housing. It's not just about paying less, it's about reimagining what home looks like for your budget. But full disclosure, not all of New Jersey is a bargain. Some suburbs, especially popular commuter towns, have home values that climb well above the average. So more home for less works, especially well if you target towns thoughtfully. One of the common fears about moving to New Jersey is taxes, especially property taxes. And yes, property taxes in New Jersey are among the highest in the nation. Per data tracking around 2024 to 2025, New Jersey ranks high among states for property tax burden. However, when you compare the full picture, including income tax, the math changes. In New York, especially for high earners, you often face both state and city income taxes. In many cases, SmartAss's 2025 analysis shows staying in New York results in a significantly heavier income tax burden versus living in New Jersey. What this means depends heavily on your income level and the home you buy. If you rent or buy modestly, shifting to New Jersey may reduce your overall annual tax burden. If you purchase a large home or a high-priced home, property taxes and even other costs can offset that benefit. In plain terms, moving to New Jersey doesn't guarantee lower taxes. But for many working buyers and renters, the move can restructure the cost equation in a more favorable way, especially when you factor in lower housing costs and stable income taxes. It's a trade-off, and for many, the balance tips in favor of New Jersey. Here's a common misconception. Moving to New Jersey means giving up your New York job. That's far from universally true. Commuter transit between New Jersey and New York remains robust. Ridership data from systems like Path and New Jersey Transit continue to show high commuter flows daily between New Jersey suburbs or near New York City towns and Manhattan. For people working in New York City, those daily crossings remain realistic and manageable. What this allows many to do is combine a suburban or semi-suburban lifestyle with the earning power of a New York job. Finish a 9-to-5 in Manhattan, hop on Path or New Jersey Transit, and be home in New Jersey by dinner. That balancing act between New York City income and New Jersey lifestyle becomes a powerful draw. For families wanting space but needing to maintain city wages, it's an elegant compromise. For singles or couples wanting to stay connected to New York City's opportunities but pay less for housing, it's a smart strategy. Moving to New Jersey often gives more than just a different mailing address. It can provide a different quality of life entirely. Many New Jersey suburbs offer well-ranked public schools, quiet neighborhoods, green space, and a sense of stability that's harder to find in dense urban cores. For families, that means yards, safer streets, and ample room for kids to grow. When home becomes more than just a place to sleep, when it's a place to thrive, a move across state lines ceases to be settling. It's becoming upgrading. This dynamic is especially relevant in light of recent migration data. Studies tracking 2023 to 2025 5 moves show that families and working professionals often relocate for space, affordability, and school quality, not just to escape New York's drawbacks. For many, choosing New Jersey is less about leaving New York's problems and more about choosing a lifestyle they couldn't afford in the city. Calm mornings, safe neighborhoods, predictable commutes, and long-term stability. When you move, housing is the biggest cost, but it's not the only one. What about groceries, utilities, services, and everyday living expenses? Data from price level studies show that many regions in New Jersey are more affordable than New York City on a per-cost basis. That means that your dollar stretches a little further on everyday goods, whether that's food, home services, or utilities. That kind of ongoing savings might not seem glamorous, but it's real. For a young couple or small family, what you save on day-to-day expenses while living in a roomier home can add up fast. It can pay for weekend trips, extra savings, or better quality of life choices. Living in a house with extra rooms, lower cost per square foot, and lowered recurring expenses can shift a barely making it budget to a comfortable, stable lifestyle. Now for the question of the day. For those of you who are thinking of moving to New Jersey area, where are you moving from? What is the main reason you're leaving your current city state? I'm truly curious, so make sure to let us know down below. I want to hear what you have to say. Also, if you have any questions or thoughts, you can leave them in the comments below, or even better, text, call, or email me. My information should pop up on the screen. The last few years changed how people work and where they live. Remote and hybrid opportunities opened the door for many to reconsider where home needed to be. With fewer in-person days required, many New Yorkers realized they didn't need to be inside city limits to keep their job. For those willing to commute a couple times a week or even monthly, moving to New Jersey offered something many New York City apartments couldn't: space, comfort, and affordability. And data reflects this shift. Recent studies of migration patterns show a noticeable increase in New Yorkers relocating to New Jersey after citing remote or hybrid work flexibility, desire for larger or more affordable housing, and better long-term living conditions. For people whose jobs don't require daily New York City presence, New Jersey becomes not just viable, but very appealing. Interestingly, sometimes policy changes meant to regulate living in New York end up pushing people towards New Jersey. Take public transit and the cost of commuting matters. In 2024, the main commuter system for many New Jersey residents, New Jersey Transit implemented a 15% fare increase, followed by a planned 3% annual increase starting in 2025. At the same time, as housing prices, rent, and living costs in New York City kept rising, the combined burden of rent plus commuting begins to feel heavy. For many, the equation becomes, if I'm paying more to commute anyway, why not get more home for the money? In other words, higher commuter costs plus high city housing costs equals New Jersey starts looking like a smarter financial move and lifestyle move. That doesn't mean commuting from New Jersey is free or cheap, but when weighed against a pricey New York City lifestyle, the trade-off starts to make sense. Hey guys, it's Jan. As much as I love making these videos, there's one thing I love more, and that's helping families and people from all over the US make the move here to New Jersey. I've helped countless families make the move. So whether you're coming out next week or next month or even next year, don't hesitate to reach out. My contact information is right here on the screen and linked in the description in case you missed the on-screen pop-up. I look forward to helping you and your family make the move to New Jersey. Just anecdotal, actual mover surveys and migration data confirm the trend. For example, recent surveys of people leaving New York show family, retirement, affordability, and quality of life as top reasons for relocation. Not economic panic, but planning for a better life. Between 2023 and 2025, many New York-based households relocated to New Jersey, motivated by a desire for space, stability, and more predictable costs, especially when housing and commuting trade-offs are considered together. So what we're seeing isn't a one-time blip. It's part of a long-term shift. People aren't abandoning New York on a whim. They're optimizing their lives. They're choosing New Jersey because it offers a path to a more balanced lifestyle. If you step back and look at all 8 reasons together, you realize this. It's not just one thing pushing people to New Jersey. It's a web of overlapping pressures and opportunities. Sky-high New York City housing costs, layered taxes, rising commute and transit costs, remote work flexibility, a desire for more space, family-friendly environments, stable budgets. For many, that collection of factors doesn't scream escape, it screams upgrade. Moving to New Jersey isn't about giving up New York. It's about choosing a lifestyle that New York simply doesn't deliver at a sustainable price point anymore. If you're watching this because you're debating a move from New York to New Jersey, maybe you have a family, maybe you're tired of cramped apartments, maybe you just want more breathing room, here's some advice. Run the numbers on your own situation. Check home prices in New Jersey towns you're interested in. Factor in property taxes, commuting costs, and your income. Compare that to current rent or mortgage, living expenses, and quality of life needs. And if you found this video helpful, or if you have questions about a specific town or commute, drop a comment below. I read them all, and I'm happy to dig in. If you want more context, check out my next video, Top New Jersey Towns Worth Moving to with New York City Commuter Access. Thanks for spending your time with me today. Whether you stay in New York or move right across the river, I hope you find a home that feels right. See you next time.